welcome to the Sunday show of your lifetime. This is the SaxaVord Sessions, all the way from the SaxaVord Spaceport in Unst. It's a beautiful day here in Unst, absolutely gorgeous. So let us know what it's like where you are. Hello, Christine Donaldson, and hello, Stevie Hughes. Hi, Peter and friends. Yes, I've got my friends Davy Sinton, and Eli Matheson has just pulled himself in the door. I think he's got that dishevelled look that he's just come out of bed. Have you had a long lie on a Sunday? Yeah, I thought so. Right, there we go. Hello, Andy Peoples. I heard from you for a while. There we go. Right, here we are. Here's our theme tune. There we go, a wee blast of the Merry Boys of Greenland. Hello, Mary. Hello, Marge Rankin says it's hot in Missouri. Very place to be. Here's Liberton Pipe Band and the Train Journey North for you to get us going today. There we go. The Liberton Pipe Band. And Stevie Hughes says, I'll be in a high today after the result yesterday. Yep. Hearts 2, Rangers 0. In their stomping ground. Very good. Hearts are top of the league, ladies and gentlemen, as we know. But there we are. Long may it continue. Anyway, that was that tunes. Never mind the football. Vivian says she has remembered to tune in today at 10:30 instead of 11. Well, what's a half an hour between friends? And always remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is all recorded, so you can always go back and watch it again and again and again and again. Lovely to see so many folk joining us today. Please hit the share button if you could. That would be lovely. Share this about if you know anybody that likes this kind of music and enjoys some music all the way from Unstone, Shetland, from the SaxaVord Spaceport. Robin McGilchrist says, hi there, Robin from York. Any chance of the Jacqueline Waltz? Absolutely. The late Will Starr wrote this tune, and he was also brilliant at playing continental stuff, and I think when he wrote this, it's got that continental feel to it, hasn't it, the Jacqueline Waltz? So here, for Robin, is the Jacqueline Waltz. Why not? There we go, the Jacqueline Waltz. That's super. Here is, I see Albert Watson joining us from Dundee, and Caroline Madison's down on the tune, and she says, that's a lovely tune for an old-time waltz. You'd fairly be birling round the flare at that speed, right enough? That'd be good. Right, here for Albert, since he just said, hello, for Bonnie Dundee, here is me playing Bonnie Dundee, sitting on a rock next to a loch with the midges eating my knees. It was my knees, but I didn't play too long, so enjoy. Here's a wee video for you. midges are murder. I'm away. And the midges were murder. And I did leave. There we go. That was Bonnie Dundee. What did I play after Bonnie Dundee there? More accordion music, says Davy. Did I play the Muckney Geordie's Buyer and then Kenmure's Up in the Wall and the Bugle Call? All very straightforward, good old Scottish jigs. There is Gina listening for Larky, Larky's Lark Hall, near Lismahago, or the Gow, as we used to call it, the Gow. Because I played with Colburn IOR Pipe Band for many years as well, and competed with them, great pipe band. IOR, the Independent Order of Racabites. Yeah, some society that was started way back in the mining villages in the days, and I think it was like a kind of insurance policy. But I think possibly connected to religion as well, and apparently there was no drinking and things like that and smoking, and they started a pipe band. Well, there you go, folks. That's what happens. But I'd still keep in touch with a lot of the boys to this day, and they're up in grade 2 now, doing really great stuff. Right, here is a wee couple of marches for you this time. The first one is the Earl of Mansfield, which is an awful bonny tune, a 3-part march, followed by Walter Douglas, MBE, and then we're going to have the Hills of Moffat, which is an awful bonny tune that the pipe band in there used to play, which is a right nice tune. So enjoy. go, 3 marches for you. The Early Mansfield, Walter Douglas MBE, and the Hills of Moffat. Great wee tune. Hello to Mark Crawford. Nice to see Mark joining us. Mark's a wonderful 3-row button box player down there in Fife. And it's just reminded me, with the name Crawford, to wish my wee boy Angus a happy birthday today. He's 10 today. Yeah, it's Angus's birthday, and why the Crawford bit reminded me was because his middle name is Crawford. He's Angus Crawford Wood. So happy birthday, Angus boy. That's it, 10. They're all in double digits now, Davy. That's it. Unfortunately, my digits are much bigger than theirs, but there we go. But I'll see him when we get him. It's going to be birthday cake time, so happy. Thank you, Fiona. Fiona says the Rowan's sounding really good. Thank you very much. It's handy when you're sitting outside getting eaten by the midges, when you can just pick the Roland up and you've got the whole piano and everything with you. It's fabulous. Now, you've heard me talking quite a number of times about the Combolins that Davy Sinton here has, that Roy Williamson left him. And the Combolins, we spoke about it last week, the Corries used the Combolins. It was a hybrid instrument made up of a mandolin, bandurria, and a guitar and a sitar, was it? Now, when Roy passed, he left the instruments to Davy, but one thing he wanted him to do was to record stuff with them. So Davy recorded an album, 2 albums, 1 album, 2 albums. 1 album out so far, but working on another one, using the instruments. And this track we're going to do today is the Loch Tay Boat Song with the Combolins that the Corries used to use, but Davy playing it all. And he said, can you put on some footage for me? Well, I couldn't get in the Loch Tay because we're a wee bit far away, so you'll just have to put up with the sea at Harrelswick and maybe a passing seal or something. It's water. So this is Davy Sinton. And Paul Anderson features on this as well, the fiddle player. Paul plays some fiddle on it. Is it all fiddle he plays, or viola as well? Just fiddle beautifully. So enjoy this, a wee relaxing moment as you can sit back and see the scenery and listen to the Combolins. Davy tells me there was 5 of them going at one time at one point here. Multi-tracked Combolins. So here you go, the Loch Tay Boat Song. Well, what do you make of that? Isn't that absolutely stunningly beautiful? Yes, Mary is just beautiful. Well, that's Davey Sinton over here, our sound engineer, sitting playing all that stuff. And he's an amazing musician, fantastic. And he's working on another album just now. Can people still buy that first album?
No, we stopped it after 20 years.
You stopped it after 20 years. You can't get it online anywhere.
I don't know, I was thinking of re-releasing it.
He's thinking of re-releasing that album because I think that's beautiful. It's lovely to have on, just sitting, relaxing, enjoying. And then all the scenery yesterday, that was Unst yesterday. That was down at Harrelswick yesterday. So we're lucky to stay in such a bonny place that we can do that. So I'm glad you enjoyed that. It's always good to hear different instruments. I love it. Here's a wee two-step called Bouncing Bobby. I have no idea what that's about at all. So keep yourselves. It's Sunday. There we go. For the observant amongst you, you will notice I missed out the second part of Bouncing Bobby altogether. Because I was sitting reading comments here and then I thought, went into the wrong bit. But anyway, I added the Bonanza two-step by Jimmy Clinkscale in at the end just to make up some time. So there we go. Beatty Thomason is watching us. That's lovely. Nice to see you joining us as well, Beatty. It's great to have as many folk joining us today. This is lovely. This is the SaxaVord Sessions from SaxaVord Spaceport in Unst. And behind me, you'll see the big banner that says Shetland Reel on it as well. That's another company that's here on site, the Shetland Reel Gin. And you can get numerous flavours of gin. And I wouldn't be a great demonstrator since I don't drink, but many people tell me it's lovely gin. Yeah. I don't know why Eli's nodding his head. right now. Yeah.
I can't have it. That's the only gin I can drink.
And Davy says it's the only gin he can drink. So if you're out and about, have a look out for the Shetland Real Gin, or Google it online, and you'll see all the different kinds, and you could treat yourself to a wee gin, all the way from Shetland, flavoured with seaweed or something. So that's it. Yeah, right, another friend of the show that I was never actually managed to meet was Jim Sailstrom, one of Frank's greatest friends, and he was over quite a number of times over here. Singer, played with Dolly Parton's band for a long time, but you can understand why he, great, just a great singer. So here is, now what one am I going to play here? Let me see, what have I done with them? I'm catching up. Yeah, here's one. I think this is the one with Susie Bogus on it as well. Susie, the other country singer, who was also in Dolly Parton's band, and ended up being the lead singer at Dollywood when Dollywood opened. We'll have to have a theme park here someday. She used to call, Davy tells me Dolly Parton used to call him Davy Bob and Jim Bob. Everybody was Bob. Would I have been Peter Bob and Eli Bob? Eli looks impressed. Right, so here is Jim. Well, this is a lovely song. Enjoy.
I can feel it and the energy flowing through the night, flowing through you and me, vibrating pure and light. I know you hear the music, the rhythm, space and time. It's something that's so childlike, and it's brighter than the sun. Shines upon each new day, makes my heart just fly away. And I wonder where I'm going. In the moments notice I can drift upon the wind of change, but I'm grateful for the evening, thankful for the night, grateful for the speed. Choose the path less traveled, you might find there's fewer doors, and all is but a beginning, and it never ever ends. And you've got the power to hurt or heal, so do the right thing now and just give it, 'cause the sun is shining above those storm clouds. So let's toss it up high and trust to do the wind. And I wonder where I'm going. In the moments notice I can drift upon the wind of change, but I'm grateful for the evening, thankful
Well, there we go. That was the great Jim Sales from Fiona. Yeah, you were getting screen freeze and buffering, but she says it's okay now. Ladies and gentlemen, today we've had to jump onto another network because one of the networks went down here earlier on today. They're doing some essential maintenance. That was a good word. Unfortunately, they've done it on a Sunday. Well, they have to do it on a Sunday because everybody's not in the offices, apart from us. We're in the office. This is our office. Somebody earlier on asked for, I think it was Stevie Hughes asked for Margaret's Waltz. So here is The Sands of Kuwait and Margaret's Waltz. The Sands of Kuwait, written by the Piper after the conflict in the Gulf. Beautiful tune. There we go. The Sands of Kuwait and Margaret's Waltz. Stephen Hughes says, thinking of my mum now. Excellent. That's what music is all about, isn't it? It reminds us of nice things and sad things and emotional things. It's just there. And yeah, it's always a great connection. So I'm glad you were thinking of your mum, Stephen. That's good. And Mars said, that was beautiful. Thank you very much, Mars. And Mary says, 2 lovely tunes. 2 tunes for a waltz. Catherine, yes, absolutely, Mary. It's like the modern waltz, the waltz, Catherine. Just slightly slower, that's right. I wondered if you were dedicating them to Catherine, but I see what you're meaning now. So that's great. Here's a wee set of reels for you that I recorded quite some time ago and double-tracked a whole lot in my hoosh. So this is the Peterwood Dance Band, the 5-piece, and it's all me. And this is down at, where's that going now? I'm struggling to find things today that I had. I don't think that's there. Have I deleted it by mistake? Oh well, here's what we're going to do now. That's throwing it, hasn't it? Yeah, I have. It's gone. Anyway, all right. Never mind, I'll just play them to you instead. Here's the Circassian Circle. What's happened to that one? I've just found it. I couldn't see for the look of seeing. Here's the reels for today with the whole band. Here you go. There we go. Circassian Circle, and then 2 tunes that I wrote that I can't remember the names of or playing them that much. But I probably should play them more. I think I've written about 300 tunes now, and it's difficult to remember them all. But there we go. Mrs. Wood, as in my wife, dear wife Karen, says, "Gee whiz, Peter's knees." Followed by another comment saying, "Does Davy have bare legs too?" No, he's just got his Gansey on. A Gansey's a jumper in Shetland for all our overseas listeners. Marge, thank you very much. Marge says, "Great sound and lovely tunes." Yeah, that was just recorded in the house. I was playing 2 accordions, piano, bass, and drums. There we go. Not very good at any of them, but when you put them all together, it works quite well. Right, there we go. What was I going to play? Oh, yes. I did think of something and then forgot what I'd thought of. Here's a wee continental one for you called Style Musette, because someone was asking for a wee French tune. Jock was asking for a Peruvian tune earlier on, but he meant Parisian, but never mind. So here is Style Musette. There we go. Style Musette. Somebody put on that it had frozen. Marge put on it had frozen a wee bit. Hopefully you're back with us again. Sorry, we're on a different network today because there's essential maintenance getting done to all the spaceport stuff today. So we've had to jump on to somebody's, another Wi-Fi. But hopefully that'll hold together. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure playing for you today. I hope you've enjoyed the show from the SaxaVord Sessions. Remember, we're on every Sunday, 1:30 British Standard Time. So there's no confusion. And if anybody is, what's that? Marge says it's okay now. Yeah, it's just blipping back and forward. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, it's been great. So big thanks to Davey and Eli for sitting here again, doing their bit. And I have got other tracks of Davey playing combolins and guitars and things that we're going to play a few to see what a lovely, masterful musician and sound engineer he is. Anyway, I'm going to finish off today with a wee video for you. It's a band from Canada called Barrage. Not the one I played you now, I'll get that for another day. But Barrage singing an Irish song. And Davey and I were speaking about this mix earlier on that the vocal could do it a wee bit louder, but never mind. You'll get the gist. It's an old Irish farewell song that they sing. And Barrage came over to, about 15, 20 years ago maybe now, to Shetland and played. Great bunch. An offshoot of a band called the Calgary Fiddlers. And just stunning musicians. And I think this is a nice way to say cheerio to you today, if I can find it right enough. Yeah, I must get new glasses or something. And thank you for all the birthday wishes for our Angus. I'll pass that on to him. And Karen's at home just now, probably building a mountain of Lego, because we could open the Lego shop after this weekend, I think. In fact, we'll need to build a new room in the house, I think. Anyway, here is Barrage playing us out until we meet again. So see you next week, ladies and gentlemen. That's great.
May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face now. May the rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. May God hold you in the palm of his hand. May our children and their descendants be the ones to find a lasting peace. May their hopes and dreams become united. May the past be left for those who hate. And until we meet again, and until we meet again, may love and trust find a way to make us stand. May love and trust find a way to make us stand.